Sagittarius, what's up? I'm a Sagittarius moon, so this message will also apply to me. 2 cards. No, this is not what I'm doing today. We're not doing pop-out cards. We're actually picking them up from off of the table today. Yes. Yes, we are. Okay, this is it. This card keeps coming up. 8 of Pentacles. What you're healing. 8 of Pentacles. I actually was talking in a whole other reading, and I don't know if I actually shared it. I think I did. Yeah, letting go. On my YouTube channel, I did a reading about letting go, and it was a pick a number, and this card came up, and what I said about it for those people who chose that number, whatever number it was, I'm gonna say the same thing, because this is literally what I'm thinking right now. The 8 of Pentacles, Sagittarius, is basically, it's kind of a dope card, because it's like you've got all this stuff going on. You can like basically like the world's your oyster almost, right? It feels very like, you know, pick something, anything. You've got all your choices, all the ways in which you could heal yourself. All the ways in which you can heal yourself. Light a candle, read a book, garden, right? Like it literally, all the things you can pick one, right? And that's the first part. Like, why are you still stuck on you don't have it yet and you still got to keep looking? That's what you're stuck on. Why aren't you utilizing what you know? Because you haven't actually tried, you haven't experienced any of them yet. You're just sitting there with this accumulation of knowledge, Sagittarius. You got all this stuff that you know, and it's clutter at this point. You're not using it. You're not doing anything about it. You start, you stop. Something else comes around. You're like, oh, this is it. And you're not giving anything enough time to actually manifest the good in you. And any of the things you've learned at this point would be amazing. Just choose one. So you're healing what it is that makes you feel like if you chose something, that what's gonna happen? Scenario that you keep thinking about. And later on, I'm sure when we talk about your ego and expressing yourself and maybe even your purpose, you're gonna understand why this keeps coming up. But for right now, just sit with that. Why is it that, you know, you feel uncomfortable making these decisions, even when it has to do with you and your health and your well-being? Just try it. I think you need to realize, I'm guessing, I don't know just yet, but this is what I'm feeling right now, that a big part of this is tied into you not wanting to be not just wrong, but you get a lot out of searching for stuff. You get a lot out of it. And I think you just need to acknowledge that you enjoy it and separate that from you being okay, right? That you being able to heal yourself with anything that you've learned. Separate those two things. You could spend more time digging into something else, for someone else, for yourself. Like, you don't have to feel like if you do this and you're better, then you're done. You're not gonna be done. There's gonna be plenty for you to continue to look into. But for right now, you're doing more damage to your own growth by not applying what you're learning, because it'll be so much more. Do you know how much better you'll be able to speak on topics that you are interested in when you have more experiences with it? Need I say more? Sagittarius, you guys got 8 of Pentacles. Stuck in just having accumulated things. You don't want to have to like rent out storage, you know what I mean? Because you have so much stuff. I think when you get to that point, you have to look at what you have and say, wait, do I actually need all this stuff? What do I truly need? You have to get back down to the core. When you first started digging into this, what were you looking for? What were you trying to help yourself with? Have you applied those things yet? It can be the very first thing that you were ever curious about looking into. Did you see that all the way through? Especially if it has to do with you. Okay, Sagittarius? It's too cluttered. And it's confusing you. And it's distracting you. And it's actually depressing you a little bit too, because all this stuff and I don't feel better. All this stuff and I don't know better. All this stuff and I am not having more fun. I'm a good person. No one's saying that you're not. So you don't have to keep proving yourself to people either and letting that affect what you do and what you choose and what you don't choose, you know?